You're watching Griffon Sports Insider, presented by Spine and Sport Physical Therapy. Now, here are your hosts, Brett Easley and Ryan Menley.
Hello and welcome to GSI. It's a big weekend coming up for the great ghosts of Griffon Sports Past.
Great ghosts of Griffon Sports Past is right. Hall of Fame weekend on the horizon. We'll talk about that later. But right now, we focus on football.
Western back on the winning track this week after a tough loss in Topeka 2 weeks ago. The Griffons found redemption last Saturday in Joplin.
Griffon football marching into Joplin, trying to snap a two-game losing streak to Missouri Southern. Lions would take the opening kickoff, march downfield into the end zone for a quick touchdown and a quick 7-0 lead. Coach Jerry Partridge talking to the defense, saying no big deal, we'll fix some things. Meanwhile, the offense doing some different things. Wide receiver Tyron Crockham playing the part of running back. That's not bad. 39-yard gain sets up a Greg Zerline field goal to make it a 7-3 game. Same score, second quarter. Zerline now attempting a 57-yard field goal. What? 57 yards? Really? It's good. That 57 yards, a school record. A couple minutes later, from 46 yards out, well, if he can make it from 57, why not 46? It would have been good from 66. Griffs used 3 field goals to take a 9-7 lead, but the injury bug biting down hard on Western. Marcus Thompson, number 13 on the punt return, holding his leg. It's a broken leg. He's out for the season. TJ Fannin also hurt in this game. Ruptured his Achilles tendon. That's not good either. Meanwhile, the Griffon D, after allowing that opening TD, settled down, bared down, and shut down the Lions for the rest of the first half. Yami Ali, then Ben Peaster with the big pressure. A couple minutes before the half, Griffon O gets going. Travis Partridge hits Adam Clausen over the middle. Great effort to get across the goal line. Griffs take a 16-10 lead to halftime. Third quarter, Western going for it on 4th and 1. That was a good decision. Travis Partridge keeps it, squeaks through the line, and he is gone. A 46-yard touchdown run. Griffs take a 22-10 lead. Later, David Bass on the attack, looks for a sack. Instead, forces a fumble, leads to another Greg Zerline field goal. Then in the fourth quarter, it's Zerline again from 47 yards out. Why wouldn't it be good? His school record tying 5th field goal of the game. Griffs go up 28-16. Southern would add a TD to cut it to 5, but Western immediately answers. Partridge keeps it himself, gets into the end zone. He had 96 yards rushing. Michael Hill added 125 on the ground. Griffs go up 12. Final minute, Southern trying to make it a game. Instead, Blake McDonald picked off by Shane Simpson in the end zone. That's the ball game. Griffs grit out a 35-23 victory in Joplin.
It feels great. You know, that was kind of our bugaboo the past 2 years, is they've gotten us, and we should have had them the past 3 years, really.
I mean, it was gutty. I think the word for it's gutty. I mean, it wasn't pretty, and they played well. I mean, they battled. They're a fast defense, and they played well, but our offensive line played great today.
They told us, all week that they have great D tackles, and we just want to come out here and show them that we're a great offensive line and we can block anybody in the league. And I think we just played 2 of the best D tackles in the league, and we showed that we could run the ball or pass the ball.
And how about that Greg Zerline? The Griffons grabbed the senior kicker after Nebraska Omaha disbanded its football team last year. And after his 5-for-5 performance and that 57-yard field goal Saturday, Zerline has earned himself MIAA Conference Player of the Week.
Clausen will hold, no wind to speak of. The kick is up. It is long enough, and it is good! Greg Zerline from 57 yards away. Again, no wind. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is certainly long enough, and it is certainly perfect. Man. Another field goal by Greg Zerline. He is now 5-for-5 with 3 field goals, 46 yards or longer.
We did lose some points out there. I don't know how many field goals Zerline kicked. 7? 5. 5, yeah. But, I'm glad we got him. That's all I know.
When you're just feeling it, you're feeling it. And actually, this is my first full week of practice that I've got in since I've been kind of had some injuries. But I was hitting it pretty well this week and translated to the game.
Yeah. Now, are you 100%? Will we call that 100%?
No, not yet, I'd say. I'm not where I want to be on my kickoffs right now. A lot of them falling, inside the 5, on the 5. I got a few touchbacks, but I definitely got a little bit more work to do to get to 100%.
And what's a 100% field goal for you?
I've hit 65 is where I usually, that's where I top out at. And, I haven't kicked any that far in a while, but we'll see.
And joining us right now is head coach Jerry Partridge. Greg Zerline. Wow.
Whew. Yeah, he's a heck of a talent, and we're very fortunate to have him. I'm glad Nebraska Omaha dropped football for that very reason.
It was just for that. Just
that very reason makes it worthwhile for me, because he's a tremendous kicker, and to have that kind of weapon when you're inside the 45. That's
Inside
a good
midfield?
number.
That's
yeah,
okay.
Well, that's a little stretching it, but certainly, 41, 42. We proved that the other day. He hit it. I don't think anybody really believed he was going to hit it, and they thought I was crazy, but it came through.
We talked about it on GSI last week, the key matchup of this game, at least in my mind, and I think you felt this way too. Our offensive line against their defensive line, I'd say we got the better of it Saturday. We rushed for 263 yards. No other team had rushed for over 100 yards on them. We had that by halftime. Talk about how those guys played.
Well, and honestly, I thought they played well. I mean, that was a very big challenge. Those D linemen are tough. Those D tackles are very, very good. And we ran the ball and we wore them down a little bit. Our tempo was very, very good. That was the design. We were a little quicker with our no huddle, and I think it kind of wore them down where they couldn't stop us at the end.
We were ahead 16-10 at the half. We come out, we get the second half kickoff. We drive to the southern 45-yard line. It's 4th and 1. 2 questions. In your mind, was there ever any doubt we were going to go for it? And secondly, how about the run by Travis?
I'm generally going to go for it 4th and 1 or less around midfield. If we're past our 40 and it's 4th and 1 or less, I just think you got to challenge your kids and go for it. And those are big turning point plays, obviously. And then we call a sneak, and he kind of read it and bounced outside. If we got stopped there, it would have been a huge momentum swing, and he did a good job. He ran through that first kid, and then he got a little help when a safety tackled his own guy, and Travis took off. That was a good play.
And defensively, they played solid at times. There was, they forced some turnovers, but the one play that sticks out in my mind, we didn't see it in the highlights, we'll see it now. David Bass in the second half tackles 2 players at the same time. That's unbelievable. You have to see it to believe it.
We're going to go on a clinic talk now, and the zone read is something people talk about how you play zone read, and I think to tackle both guys with a player is where we're going to start trying to do it all along, and I think we're going to go to the clinic circuit talking about it. So,
have you ever seen anything like that before?
No, not by gigantic men, 320-pound behemoths, but David's not a gigantic kid. He's a big kid, but it was a great play. I mean, he's a good football player.
And we talked about the 5 field goals, the rushing yardage, the passing game still kind of, Travis, around 50% of what it is. But that ground game was something that we really hadn't seen the first couple weeks. Is this offense still trying to find its identity? And did you find it Saturday? Because that really wasn't pretty, but it was gritty, and that was kind of an impressive thing.
I anticipate us playing better. I think the best is yet to come there, and I think the passing game will get better. Travis did kind of bruise his shoulder his very first run. I think that affected his throwing a little bit.
We'll talk about the rest of the team and how the injuries mounted up, because there were some when we talk about this week's game against Lincoln when GSI comes back.
He once helped an unbalanced bull by teaching him ballet. He cured a man's foot with plantar fasciitis by playing Go Fish.
You have an 8. Go Fish.
He helped balance a man by playing darts with his eyes. He is the most helpful physical therapist in the world.
I don't always go to physical therapy, but when I do, I prefer spine and sport.
Stay healthy, my friends.
Hi, I'm Western quarterback Travis Partridge. Come see your Griffins take on Lincoln this Saturday at Spratt Stadium. Join us as we honor Griffin greats in the Wendy's Hall of Fame game. That's this Saturday at October 8th at 6 p.m. It's a great time to be a Griffin.
Last time Missouri Western met Lincoln University, it wasn't pretty. The Griffins set a school record for points scored in a single game with an 81-14 victory last year in St. Joe. Welcome back. Griffins and Blue Tigers meet again this Saturday night at Spratt. Last year, it was what it was last year. This year, the Tigers are 1-4. Tell us about the Blue Tigers, Jerry Partridge.
Well, I think there's been a change in coaching staff, change in pride a little bit. Mike Jones, he was a great NFL football player that saved a Super Bowl championship.
Author of the tackle in '99 for the St. Louis Rams.
When I was a graduate assistant at Mizzou, Mike was there, and I was involved in on his recruiting visit. I was around him a little bit, and I got to know Michael. Great guy, and he's going to be a great leader there. You could tell there's a lot more of a competitive edge. A little more belief. Offensively, they have some skill. I mean, they got some guys that, when they have the ball in their hands, they're pretty dangerous. I think more than they had last year. They have a couple running backs and some receivers that look like, and a quarterback. They play about 4 quarterbacks, but every one of them can run. So that part does bother me.
Coach P, we got banged up last week, and unfortunately, it looks like we lost a couple guys for the year, and Marcus Thompson, and then T.J. Fannin with the Achilles injury. Just talk about the loss of those guys and what that means for our team.
Well, I mean, those are catastrophic losses. Those are big losses. Those are injuries that are difficult to come back from. Period. And Marcus broke both of the leg bones in his lower leg, the tibia and the fibula. I was out there, and it was pretty obvious that he'd broken his leg. He's had surgery and hopefully getting back. I don't know about the spring. That's kind of pushing it. But Marcus, if he wants to play, I'm sure he'll get it back. And then TJ was just out in space and ruptured his Achilles. And I hate it for both those kids, and especially TJ, just because he's how hard he worked in the off season in the summer, and he just really was anticipating having a great year. And his age, I think he really wants to have a breakout year, and it's just difficult to see that type of injury. And I think TJ's got the want to. He'll come back.
It's hard to believe, but it's week 6, which means it's really the midway point in the year. Talk about a position that maybe you were unsure of coming into the year that you're very pleased with, and then maybe a position that you think is going to get better as the season goes on.
Well, it's hard to ever say. I think the linebackers are actually playing better than anticipated. I think Tom Madgett's having a great year. I think Cody Kramer's doing some really good things. Those seniors, Burrell, those guys are doing well. And then Yami Ali has a lot of talent. I don't know that anything I'm really that disappointed. I do believe that our passing game will continue to improve, and I think it'll eventually thrive.
In a special weekend, this is Hall of Fame weekend, and we have great classes every year. You are a part of the class this year. Just briefly, your thoughts on what that means to you?
Humbling. I mean, it's pretty lucky. I know that Tom Smith's great teams of the late 80s and early 90s, that was a big-time team, and certainly Jeff Mittie. I was around when Jeff Mittie had his great success, and to go in with Casey is a big deal. I mean, on the golf team, but Casey is a special thing to go in with one of my players that him and his teammates really kind of helped get the ball rolling for this present time in Missouri Western football. And we've had a lot of success. I know we haven't had the ultimate in success, but to win close to 2/3 of your game for 15 years is pretty fun, and so.
You're a very emotional guy when it comes to I don't want to say temper, but you're very passionate when it comes to things. We don't ever see a softer side of Jerry Partridge. Will we see that in the Hall of Fame speech? Is that going to be tough
I hope
to
not.
do?
I'm going to do as fast as I can so I don't. I don't.
You're going to be the guy that moves it along, huh?
I'm going to go bang, 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 think who I got to think, and not look at my parents, not look at my son and my wife, and I'll kind of look at Casey. I know Jarris Evans is going to be there. Jarris Evans is a guy that needs to be in the Hall of Fame also. He's the only offensive MVP we've ever had in our school's history, and so he'll be. I know he's coming there to be with Casey. I don't think Jarris realizes I'm going in either. So, but I'm just going to look at those guys and those kind of people, and just be able to try to get through it. But I don't know. I got a temper at times, but I don't know that I'm in the Kansas City Chiefs head coach category.
Oh, that's a very good backhanded slap there. That's great. Way to take. And I didn't mean it that way, but yeah, you're right. You're right. We didn't see you and your son having any kind of.
Thank goodness.
You're not going to see that, but if you go to the house, you might possibly.
Okay, Coach P, this is the Hall of Fame edition. Beasley's impromptu last week. We had the Feel Good edition. We've had the Football edition. We've had the Traditions edition. This is the Hall of Fame edition, and I don't really know there's any rhyme or reason to any of these, but that's what makes it special. You ready?
Yes.
You ready? Facial hair, mustache, beard,
Yes.
handlebar. Has he?
I had
Oh
a
my
mustache in
goodness,
college.
can that surface?
I could see you being a mustache guy in the 80s.
Can that surface?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that exactly means. No, we don't have a picture.
We'll find
one.
We'll call Pam tonight.
Last week we asked you your most favorite place.
What's going on then?
Last week we asked you your most favorite place to play on the road. How about your least favorite place to play on the road?
Our least, we just played there.
There you go.
Still your least favorite place?
Worked out pretty well last weekend.
Yes.
MLB playoffs going on. We know you wear Royals blue through and through, but do you have a rooting interest in the playoffs this year, or you just like to watch?
I just kind of like to watch. I don't know that I have anybody I'm really rooting for.
Not root for the Missouri team. That's great. That's good support.
I think there's been just enough.
I wouldn't blame you if you didn't.
Reds toward the Redbirds toward the Royals fans, and down through the years, I've taken enough abuse that I'm not. It's hard to pull for them. I was actually a Cardinal fan until I met Cardinal fans.
And finally, the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl's not on this list, and maybe you've been. I don't know, but I'm going to give you 4 sporting events, and if I said, Coach P, here's the tickets and the travel and everything else, which one would you choose to go to? Masters, the World Cup, Wimbledon, the Kentucky Derby. Which one do you go to?
Masters.
That's what it's. I like that.
We'll just wrap it up now. Jerry Partridge with
unlike
his
any other.
final appearance ever on GSI. The knock at the Cardinals. 6
Go
o'clock.
Cards. Go Cards. I am for the Cards.
Congratulations on your Hall of
6
Fame.
o'clock
We'll see you
Saturday
6
night.
o'clock
Hall of
Saturday
Fame
night.
game.
Look forward to it.
We'll be right back.
Success is not measured by the size of your house. It comes from deep within inside you. It starts and ends with focus. Lock in, win the next inch, win the next yard, win the next play. Do it. Good. Now do it again and again. Keep fighting, and no matter what, keep moving forward. At some point, we will fall, but we will get right back up and keep coming. If we can keep that focus, if we can keep that drive, then we will never fail. That's character. That's a team. That is family. This is Griffon football. Missouri Western wins.
He once helped a man with back pain by teaching him how to blow up a balloon with his hamstring. He gets superhuman strength just by putting on his shoes. He once helped a zebra's hip by realigning his stripes. He is the most helpful physical therapist in the world.
I don't always go to physical therapy, but when I do, I prefer Spine and Sport.
Spine and Sport. Stay healthy, my friends.
Another example, hoop season is almost here. Media Day. The Western men's and women's teams getting gussied up for team pictures and poster shoots this week. Basketball practice officially begins October 15th. Welcome back to GSI, presented by Spine and Sport. October marks a busy month for Western sports, present and past.
Yeah, it does, Ryan. 3 individuals and 2 teams make up the 2011 Missouri Western Athletics Hall of Fame class. The list, of course, includes head football coach Jerry Partridge and former quarterback Casey Waterman. Waterman rewrote the school record books during his tenure from 1998 to 2001. Former women's basketball coach Jeff Mitty also will take his place in the Hall. Mitty only coached the Griffons for 3 seasons, but not too shabby. Compiled a sizzling 76-17 record and led the Griffs to 2 Elite Eights. Meanwhile, the 1989-90 men's basketball squad is also in the class. Tom Smith's first Griffon team went 24-7 in their first year of NCAA play. And rounding out the list, the good golfers. 1996-97 men's golf team comprised of a ton of local talent. The Griffons won 5 of 8 regular season tournaments and made the NCAA National Tournament, finishing 15th in the nation. The Hall of Fame ceremony is this Saturday at 11 a.m.
Moving now to off-the-field actions. For years, Missouri Western has been a part of the United Way campaign. This year, the partnership has featured Griffons who do their part in the community.
One of those Griffs is assistant football coach Reggie Trotter. He's been a fixture of the United Cerebral Palsy's Chili Cook-Off. Here's his story. Chili's pretty good, too.
Reggie Trotter, Griffon defensive coordinator, Missouri Western graduate 2000. About 5 years ago, Brett Easley came to me and asked if I would be interested in doing the Chili Cook-Off with Matt Williamson. We went and did it, and we both ended up with trophies. We were the first 2 people ever to bring home trophies from the UCP Cook-Off. And every year, with the exception of 2, we brought trophies home. So that's a good thing, but I still feel slighted over last year's response to my chili, because I've always had and always been commented on that I have some of the best chili in the place, but last year I did not place.
Are you kidding me? How many people came by here and said this is the best chili? There was a lot of people came by here and said this is the best chili.
That was real. That was real emotion and anger and disgust that I did not win a trophy last year at the Chili Cook-Off.
Okay, you take that stuff pretty seriously?
Absolutely, I work hard. But it's all in good fun. It all goes to a great program. UCP has done a great job for a lot of people, not only here in St. Joseph, but a lot of people all over the state of Missouri. Well, I think it's important always to give back. There's a number of different things that I like to try and lend myself to help as much as possible. The United Way is one of many. Other than the UCP Cook-Off, I'm heavily involved in adopting families for the holidays, whether it be the Thanksgiving holiday or the Christmas holidays. I feel very strongly as far as trying to help others have something at those holiday times. A lot of the reason why I do feel very strongly to those programs is because I was once a recipient of a lot of those programs. And it really feels good to help out other people that were in similar situations that I was in. It's got to be in your heart. You know, it really does. You know, it's not something that is for everybody, but I was taught early on that if you give back to people, if you give to people that have no intention or no means to give to you, you will receive something in return. And if it's just a smile from a kid that you know that you've helped, that's good enough for me.
And for more information on how to donate to the United Way, go to the website you see on the screen, missouriwestern.edu/United Way. And we'll be right back.
Spine and Sport Physical Therapy. Your choice, the right choice.
I'm Fred Schunkweiler. I'm a physical therapist. I own Spine and Sport Physical Therapy. You know, we treat athletes, we specialize in that, but the industrial athlete is somebody that gets hurt at work.
I'm a police detective with the city of St. Joseph.
I'm a welder.
I had shoulder surgery.
And ended up having to have back surgery.
Professional athletes, they make a livelihood on the field. Well, an industrial athlete, they make their ends meet at work every day. And if you get injured at work, you want to get back to work as fast as you can so you don't miss a paycheck. And we specialize in that, and we have the resources and the facilities to help you get back to work faster. That's what the pool does.
And the pool, I attribute the pool to a lot of the recovery and the speedy recovery to get me back to work quicker. You know, I need to be back at work.
Therapy was wonderful, about 8 weeks straight of it, and I'm great. I'm back to work 100%, no pain at all. It is different. They take a different approach to it, but they help, and it works because they care, and they work really hard to get you back. They did a great job.
Spine and Sport Physical Therapy. Your first choice, the right choice.
And welcome back to GSI, presented by Spine and Sport Physical Therapy. Time now for Train Like the Pros. Brett Easley has gotten taller. You're not Brett Easley. Fred Schunkweiler joins us live in studio from Spine and Sport, and Western Sports Performance Consultant.
Something like that.
Something like that, yep. We always have some really odd training methods, which are creative, I think is the better word.
We have fun training these athletes to get stronger, better, faster.
What do we have this week?
You know, we got a real cool volleyball drill today. When you think of speed, you think of how fast you react, your vision is probably the most important part of that. We often forget about our eyes when we're training because we're more worried about our muscles, our flexibility, our strength. But today, we've got these training goggles that strobe.
They strobe.
These are the Darth Vader training goggles, and what they do...
Of course they're Nike, because Nike makes all that stuff.
But as you see these kind of strobe, what this does is it takes away your visual input to your brain for a split second. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a volleyball drill because think about being somebody in the back row who's got to return a spike. The speed that spike is coming down at you, it's pretty fast, and the first line of speed is your vision. How do you react to that? So what we would do is we would take somebody through a drill without the goggles, and you're going to see that here where the volleyball players are doing a jump turn and then the ball's coming at them. We do that without the goggles, but then we put the goggles on and we take away their vision for a split second. Now we're in our training mode.
That's a whole different look too,
literally. Whole different look. And as these girls will attest to, very challenging, very hard when you take away your vision for that split second. But by training that, you now have to react without as much visual input. You do that for a set of maybe 8 to 10 reps. You then take the goggles off, you do the same drill, and the athletes will tell you how faster they are because now they've got 100% vision, whereas under the influence of the training, the goggles, we took that vision away for maybe 30% time.
And that really does make a huge difference too, talking to those girls and even trying them yourself. I mean, everything just kind of looks like you're from the Wizard of Oz, from when Dorothy was in black and white to Kansas to all of a sudden you're in Oz in color. It is a big difference.
Big deal, big deal. And vision, again, is the first line of how you react. So as you know, you're going to have to do GSI with your glasses on now, and you'll be faster, quicker.
I am not intelligent enough, not smart enough, not athletic enough, and can't read with these on. It's kind of hard when you have to read a prompter. So,
but you'll look good.
Yeah, I do, and I feel good. I think I probably better get these off at some point because I don't think this could be healthy for a long time, right?
Yeah, if you start into a seizure, I know what to do.
Okay, thank you. Fred, always great to have you on. Thank you so much.
Hey, you're welcome.
Train Like the Pros have been great. They've been entertaining, to say the least.
Having fun.
We'll be right back.
He once helped an unbalanced bull by teaching him ballet. He cured a man's foot with plantar fasciitis by playing Go Fish.
You have an 8.
Go Fish.
He helped balance a man by playing darts with his eyes. He is the most helpful physical therapist in the world.
I don't always go to physical therapy, but when I do, I prefer spine and sport.
Stay healthy, my friends.
Hi, I'm Western quarterback Travis Partridge. Come see your Griffins take on Lincoln this Saturday at Spratt Stadium. Join us as we honor Griffon greats in the Wendy's Hall of Fame game. That's this Saturday at October 8th at 6 p.m. It's a great time to be a Griffin.
Welcome back. We finish now with the world-famous Brett Easley Pick'em segment.
Like we need a drum roll or something.
Yeah, we don't need a drum
no,
roll.
We
You
don't.
get to
Guess
wear
what?
the yellow
I won
jersey
again.
thing again. And
I won again.
You know, you went 7-2 last week. I was 6-3. I picked the Chiefs to lose. You picked them to win. That was the difference. I can't believe it.
I got a lot of emails and cards and calls saying how well I look.
You
in
look
this
great.
Gold ensemble. It's hard to make this look good, folks.
You are
I do.
definitely going to work. You
Young
are now
man.
24-9 on the season.
Let's get this on a little bit better.
I'm
Drape it around
27-6.
Like I just got out of the sauna or something.
It looks great.
There
So
we go.
let's get back to the pick'ems just
Right to
now
it.
because I'm just
Let's go
sick
with
that
it.
I don't
Hot.
have to wear that. That's an inside joke because I don't want to wear it at all. NFL, the Chiefs are at Indy and the Colts this Sunday.
Break up the Chiefs? Is it 2 in a row?
No.
I don't think it is either. They should win this game. Curtis Painter's probably going to start at quarterback for the Colts.
Who?
Yeah,
Never heard of him.
exactly. Chiefs will find a way to lose this game. 10-6?
10-6?
Yeah.
How about 17-2?
Okay.
Okay.
Like
Chiefs
that.
are
And
going
they
to
score the
2-1.
first two.
Yes, yes. Mizzou at K-State, 20th ranked K-State in the Big 12, undefeated K-State.
Woo.
How about that?
Is it Emaw? No, it's E-Paw, to be politically correct. Every person a Wildcat. Well, I'm not one of those people. Better have enjoyed your undefeated start because it's over. Mizzou wins.
I don't think so. I think K-State wins
Wow.
at the
How
house
about
of Bill
you?
Snyder. Bill,
Okay.
we're going different
Bill
this
and
week.
his
I
Sands
like
belts.
it.
Get it done.
KU at Oklahoma State.
No dice. T. Boone Pickens could spot him 20, and Oklahoma State would score 60. Oklahoma State in a rout.
I'll take Oklahoma State as well. As I was impressed with the 35 that KU put up last week. Number 3 Oklahoma at number 11 Texas.
Wow.
It's the game of the week in the Big
How
12.
about that high-level game?
Yep.
Texas State Fair, the Red River Shootout. Give me Oklahoma. I think they're a little bit better. They'll find a way to win this game.
I agree with you. I'll take Oklahoma as well. MIAA 1-3 Missouri Southern at 1-4 Emporia State. I'm going to pick first. I take Missouri Southern.
Got
I
some
think
good
Southern's gonna
matchups this week. I go against you. This should be a game Missouri Southern will win. I think they're a good football team, but they don't win these games. Give me Emporia.
win. Okay. All right. 4-1 Northwest. Their first conference loss in 49 games last week. They're at 4-1 Central.
First of all, amazing streak. I know we bleed black and gold, but that one arguably will never be matched again. Maybe it will. I don't know. And it's now legal to pick against Northwest, but I don't think so. I think they get back on the winning track. They beat Central.
Yep. Give me Northwest in the rebound game. And we bleed black and gold. You bleed gold
I
with
just
the
bleed
helmet.
gold.
You protect it. 5-0 Washburn at 2-3 Truman. This is a no-brainer. Washburn's going to walk right in there and win, right?
I think they will win. I think it'll be closer. You know, Truman, other than the Northwest game, they always play well there in Kirksville. It's kind of an odd place to go play. But I think Washburn's too good. It'll be close. They win.
Okay, I take Washburn. Pittsburgh, 5-0 Pitt State at 2-3 Fort Hays that barely beat Lincoln last week.
How
What?
about the Gorillas? They're feeling pretty good right now. And I tell you what, that one will be closer too. I just think it will be. Pitt goes into Truman. You thought that was going to be a rout. This one won't be a rout, but the Gorillas go to 6-0.
I'll give me Pitt as well to go to 6-0. 1-4 Lincoln at Missouri Western this weekend. What's the keys to this game, Brett
Well,
Easley,
we could-
aside from scoring 100, which we will?
We could sit here and build up Lincoln, but let's be honest. Lincoln is a struggling football team. Western will win this game. It's just you want to get better. You know, it's easy sometimes to come off a big emotional victory like last weekend, but I don't think our guys will. I think this is a home game. very emotional weekend, Hall of Fame game. You'll see a sharp Western team, and this game's over by halftime.
It's all about how good the Griffs can play, and I think the Griffs will play very well. That is GSI for this week. Brett Easley, always nice to see you.
It is always nice to see you in your wine-colored sweatshirt. And remember, go Griffs.
Says the guy in the gold hat.